Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Alright guys, welcome back to a brand new video, and today I am going to be doing a recap and review on Daredevil Born Again Episode 3. As always, spoiler warnings ahead, and before we get into it, let's just do a bit of background. So the character was first introduced in Daredevil issue 1 in 1964. He was created by Stan Lee and Bill Everett. When it comes to live action, he was played by Ben Affleck in the 2003 Marvel movie, then as Charlie Cox in the 2015 Netflix series, which spanned 3 seasons. Charlie Cox returned in Spider-Man No Way Home as Peter's lawyer. He has also made appearances in Echo, She-Hulk, and now has his own show again, Born Again. So, without further ado, let's get into the recap and review. So the episode starts with Daredevil visiting White Tiger in jail. As we know in episode 2, we found out that Hector was White Tiger, and he's in there just seeing how he's doing. Next thing we see is Kingpin is having lunch with Vanessa and is told about the double murders that happened in the scene prior between some of the old mob bosses that used to work under him, and that he will make the appropriate calls and get the police chief on it. Vanessa warns that because Kingpin and her aren't keeping the criminals in check, that it'll get worse and maybe someone will come after him eventually. Matt is confronted by the cop he fought the previous night. The trial for White Tiger starts as the officer gives his statement and Matt calls his bluff. Corrupt cops with tattoos of the Punisher symbol are trying to have the key witness killed. The key witness doesn't tell the truth right away, and Fisk's enforcer goes to deal with the mob issues going on that's bringing too much attention. Matt and his partner are trying to figure out how to proceed with the case, and they're going to put White Tiger on the stand. Kingpin confronts Vanessa for sending his guy to broker peace between the two families, and that he wants to trust her and that he respects what she's trying to do, but they should let it happen. They should let the chaos happen to have better peace when they clean things up afterwards. Matt has White Tiger get on the stand and to explain his side of the story, and then pulls out the White Tiger mask and asks Hector if he's White Tiger. The judge calls Matt to his chambers and gets like very upset with him. He was like, "You literally made me, like, convince me to not use this evidence, and now you're using it." So I guess then they go into a recess, or it's done for the day. So then Matt and White Tiger talk, and White Tiger basically says, "You had no right to tell my identity." But Matt says he just felt like that was the only way he could basically help him win. Um, but Matt tells him that he can't be White Tiger anymore, but he says that that's like asking him to stop breathing, and then that he just has to do what he has to do. But then, so they have witnesses come up and give testimonies on how White Tiger helped, but the prosecution claims you can be a good person and still do bad things. White Tiger gets acquitted and is free to go. Matt has dinner with his therapist girlfriend he's dating, and Kingpin gives an interview on why the acquittal was a mistake. Kingpin has White Tiger shot and killed by someone wearing a Punisher vest, which, like, another kind of cliffhangery style ending, which was crazy. So the court case was good, and White Tiger seems like an interesting character. I have to read some comics on him. His death was shocking, but it shows Fisk isn't playing because I'm pretty sure Fisk is the one behind it. So I definitely think that the episode gets a 9 out of 10. Not as strong as the last one, but it was like a way to continue the flow of things. I definitely think it was cool to see that we had a vigilante on the stand having to, really explain himself and be like, this is why I do it and things like that. Having actual testimonies from cops and things like that say, okay, hey, he's doing good for the city. So I think that is pretty cool. And like I said, it wasn't a lot to have in an episode. It was a lot of long, drawn out scenes, so I really liked that. Um, so it was pretty. It was a pretty good episode. So obviously, if you enjoyed, make sure you leave a like, a comment, and subscribe for more reviews, gameplay, and all that fun stuff. And as always, like I said, click the notification bell so you never miss a video. And I'll see you guys when I see you guys. Peace.